Alice.
And we're Model Mothers.
I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too.
So, we're gonna talk about us, our mother-daughter relationship, what it was like when I was a kid, what it was like for my mom, everything about our relationship. So, I'll start. My mom is African. My dad is African. I am African. We are very African.
African family.
You know, we grew up in a very African household. We've moved around a lot, lived in a lot of different countries. So in ways, we're very Western, but still very much African. Growing up was very strict, very serious. No sleepovers, no friends, only friends that they knew. But how do you know friends if I can't bring friends over? Very complicated. I think it was actually a trick for me to not have friends. So I'm 23 now. Mom, I want to expose your age. You know, you are how old you are.
You can say it doesn't matter. They can do the math. You already said your age, so they can kind of calculate it and guess.
My mom is 46. She's looking great for 46. You know what they say? Black don't crack.
Thank you, thank you.
Growing up was pretty good, you know, like I kind of didn't know any better until I was about like maybe let's say 8 when I like kind of realized that we're like kind of broke, you know, kind of didn't always have variety, you know, we only had one kind of cereal type deal. But like up until then I didn't know, like being a kid you're just happy, like you don't realize what you don't have. And I didn't realize until obviously you're in school and I'd sit like in the cafeteria or something and one kid would have like McDonald's for lunch and I just had like rice and stew. And then got to high school and like things were good. You know, I kind of hung out with friends, but usually be like at the library, like doing homework was hanging out. It wasn't actually hanging, like going to do stuff. I wasn't allowed. It didn't happen. So my parents had another kid. She's 14. All the time I'd have to pick Maxine up from school, drop her to school. So I really actually couldn't hang out after school when most people hung out. I would have to go and be like, oh my God, I gotta go. My sister, she finishes school in 10 minutes. But luckily our schools were close, but like I'd have to like run to pick her up on time. Otherwise she'd be like there by herself, like, and the teachers are like, where's her sister? All the time I spent more time with Maxine and her friends than I did actually my friends. Cause then I would take them to the park and stuff. Things like that. Like university time, so like 18. Then I got more freedom, commuting to school. If I finished class early, I would hang out with friends, go downtown Toronto.
Which I still didn't, okay, even though you're in university.
And then kind of started having like a real social life. Now I'm here, married and a kid, and obviously still in my parents' home, but like I do whatever I want. I moved out for a time, but that's another story. But that's kind of the quick glance and overview, you know?
No, you really nailed it, because let's face it, I'm an African woman and I obviously left home to go look for a better life. And I wasn't gonna spoil my children and try and give them this fake sort of life, trying to show them like we have money, we've made it, while I knew we haven't. We were trying hard to make it. And even when we thought we kind of have made it a little, I also still did not want them to think we have anything more than food on the table.
We actually have.
And what you need, right? Not the wants, but the needs were met. And that was it. I just trained my children that so long as you have your needs, the wants, work hard to get them yourself.
Very true. We had the oh, you're not finishing their food, this kid's starving in Africa. No, that's not even it. It would be like, we will send you back to Africa. To your grandmother in the village. And now try not to eat your food, like,
and try and find McDonald's there. If you're lucky, you'll get chicken. And so, but did it work?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Now that you're an adult, do you think you are deprived?
No, honest. Like, I just wish I had stuff. But it's kind of like, what can we do? It was more so, I wish I didn't have to eat rice and stew every dinner. But you know, at least I had
rice and stew every day.
Okay,
where's ugali? Where's chapati?
Sorry. In fact, actually, Kenyans do it like this. Okay, rice and stew, chicken stew. Monday, Tuesday, rice, beef stew. Wednesday, rice, chicken gizzard stew. Thursday,
Yeah, like a
rice,
chapati.
liver stew. It was always stew, Mom. Even you said Kenyans only do stew.
We do. Not Kenyans. Let's collect. Not all Kenyans. Kikuyus.
Oh,
We call it dufu. Dufu. Yeah, Kikuyu. For those who are
what does that
Kikuyu.
mean?
The soup. The
Oh.
food has to have soup. It's a Kikuyu thing. We just keep on adding water in everything we eat. Anyway, having brought up that way, can you now cook chapati,
Okay, true.
ugali, rice, mokimo? Can you do all those things? So now who is showing off to your friends that you can cook more than bangers and flipping them and
True, and I don't cry anymore while cooking. See, Mom used to force me to cook, and I would cry because I like couldn't do it or it'd be coming out bad, and Mom would just watch and be like, "You're doing it wrong."
and then I teach you until you get it right. I like that one day you spend a whole day making chapati and you only made 6. It's called teachable moment.
It's true, it's true.
It's called teachable moment. If I didn't do that, maybe now you'll be asking me, what kind of a mother are you? Now I have a husband and a child and I don't even know how to fry an egg.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're now doing it with Maxine. We're trying to, in fact, today I made shepherd pie with Maxine. She
Teaching
helped
her.
me.
My sister doesn't
teaching
cook,
her,
so this is a big moment.
So now I'm starting to also now teach her how to make these things. Not now mukimo, but now
things she'll
trying-
like?
Yeah, things that she will like. I've changed.
I'm jealous.
No, but you gotta have to understand, we are different generation. But as I'm getting older, I'm also realizing I can't force on you to be me.
Yes, but
I can try
and
and add value. No, but you know, I can try and add value to your life.
Yeah.
But I can't make you be me. You can only be Sandra, and I can
That's
only
true.
be Paris.
Yeah.
But as a mother, I have to influence you, and in a positive way.
Yeah.
Apart from the negative one where we had to chapa you with mwiko. You know, you knew what was
Mwiko
mwiko.
is
If I say
a-
mwiko,
Wooden spoon.
yeah,
The same spoon to make all those stews.
to make ugali,
It's the same spoon
that would
that I get chapa and beaten with.
chapa, I'll chapa you. But it didn't work. Most of the time I didn't even chapa you. I would just threaten you. That go bring them wiko, and then you just start crying and we call it over and you do, you know?
True, it was okay. So
Yeah.
now, if that was my childhood with you, how was it with your parents? If you think I'm complaining
Yeah.
about this, what was it for you? In the village too.
Totally different. We had to go fetch water for once. I know. You look at you,
Mom-
you're thinking fetch
No,
water?
Mom is the true. You're the real life. Like I used to walk
To school.
past the lions
Yeah.
over the hill, but like that's actually legit. Like you've told
It's
me, you've
legit.
walked, like,
I've walked through the bushes
40
to go
minutes
to
to
school,
school, like,
and you're
it's
carrying
crazy.
gallons of water, and you're carrying your books, and you're carrying your lunch, right? And you're walking, and you walk for miles, right? I'm not talking of 1 mile, 2 miles. We're talking here of maybe 5 miles. You're walking, carrying all those things, and if you are late, you get caned by your teacher, right? And when you come home, if you are late, you get caned by your mother.
Jeez.
So that was our bringing. But guess what? I sort of growing up, I thought that was harsh, but now I thank God for it. We came out okay. Those were the days where there was no phone for my mom to call me and know, where are you? Are you done with school? Can you be home? She had to make sure that I'm home
Yeah.
when I'm supposed to be home.
Yeah.
The teachers had to make sure that I'm in school when I'm supposed to be in school. There was no phones that they could, there was no cell phone. There were phone, house phone, and not everybody. I was
And not
from the
everyone
village.
had a house phone.
I think by the time we had a house phone, I think I was in high school. So during my
Jeez.
primary level,
Yeah.
we didn't have it. So there was no mode of communication.
You had to be there.
Thank you. So that's why they did what now I understand. I didn't then, just like you. I did not then when they were doing it.
Yeah.
But now I understand why they had to do that.
So our relationship, what would you say our relationship now, and
Yeah.
also like your relationship with your parents now,
Yeah.
definitely changed?
It's definitely changed because
And
as you get
better?
older, of course, as you get older, you understand your parent, you understand why they had to do what they had to do, and
Yeah.
also you realize they loved you that much to discipline you, to add value into you so you can become who you
Yeah.
are today, right? Maybe,
I agree.
To be quite honest, I wouldn't be where I am without my mother and my two. Let's face it, they gave me
Facts.
life. Then second, education that I needed, whether they up to the level they could afford to give it to me. What
Yeah.
if they decided I'm not gonna go to school? would I be where I am today? Maybe not. I can lead, I can lie. So I look at those things and I'm like, they did their very best, and therefore they love me that much. My parents, again, African, they never told you I love you. Now my mom tell me, see how things change? Now my mom, thank you, mommy. Now when I call her and when we meet, she will tell me,
I love you.
I love you, Paris. God bless you, everything. But growing up,
You didn't get that.
I never even had my dad tell my mom, I love you. I've never even today seen my dad kiss my mom.
Wow.
Have you seen your dad kiss me?
Yeah, so polar opposite, but I know you told me it's because of that you were like, I won't be like that. I'm gonna make sure my kids know that I love my husband. Like
And
they know what love is
him.
like and that I love them and that
And so now in our house,
you don't have to fight for the love. I love
What do
you.
we do now in our house?
Oh my god, we say even I love you too much.
If the husband
You
says-
leave the house to go shopping, we're like, oh bye, I love you.
And your husband was like, this I love you thing is,
It's
you know,
so true.
But it became our thing, yeah?
It's true, and like
Hugs,
I learned like
kisses,
love is
love
just
you.
like
It became
share
a
it,
thing.
give it.
Because
Yeah.
I missed them growing up, and I didn't want you guys to
Yeah.
feel like you didn't get the love at home, or you are not validated at home, and
Yeah.
you want you to go looking for it. Because we
No,
thought our
always.
parents did not love us. It's not like, but their way of showing love
It was very giving you your
The-
needs.
Thank you. It wasn't
Yeah.
showing it by affection, by saying I love you and kisses.
And just giving you what
so
you needed
every
to
generation,
live.
Sandra, is different, and you will see now how you are raising your child.
Yes.
It's gonna be totally different than how I raised you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
getting into that, so now I have a 2-month-old, which you met in the last video. You know, I'm a young mom by today's terms. You know, definitely people are having kids much older these days because, you know, they want to be settled and comfortable and everything, and kids are expensive, like facts. I definitely wasn't expecting to be a mom at 23. It definitely was a little bit of a surprise, but like, you know, obviously now I can't imagine it any differently, and I'm so happy. But like being a young mom, my mom, you two were also a young mom. And it was a little more common for being a mom at like 22, which was for you, right?
In my age, yeah, but still in my time, but still.
Like in the 90s,
it was still young, I
Yeah.
think.
but
Yeah.
a little bit better. Like I feel like now, like none of my friends, nobody has kids, but also you were the first.
In my friend
group, right?
Yeah. Again, apple doesn't fall far from
That's
the
very
tree.
true.
She had to copy me even my bad habits. Sorry, but it's true. I mean, the thing is, nobody planned to have a baby before you like you had told me. You don't plan to get married until you're 26 and maybe
true.
have a
The
baby by
original
the
plan.
time you are 30. That
That's
was
true.
our plan, right? That's what I knew.
Yeah, kid number
so
one
the
by
shock, you
30.
can imagine the shock when you told me, Mommy, I'm getting married, and Mommy, I'm getting a baby, right?
Yeah.
But the same thing with me. That wasn't in the plan. But sometimes God, for whatever reason, He speed up the process by when we don't follow what the Bible says. That's just
true.
what it is, facts. We thank God that yours has worked out, mine has worked out. I'm still married
Very
to
true.
the same, you know, to your father,
Yeah.
and you know, you are married to your
That's true. We're married, yeah.
to your
like
baby.
it was.
Exactly. So it worked for us.
It
but
did.
there are so many people who will be listening us and watching us
doesn't
that
work.
it didn't work that way. But you know, you thank God when things work out.
Definitely. So now having my own kid and now raising her, like I've been raised, now I'm raising someone, which is
Right.
crazy to think
Interesting.
about. It's
I know.
weird that like her literal life is being shaped.
And I'm sitting here looking at you and I'm thinking, my little baby is talking about baby. When did this happen?
And so now, you know, after the last 2 months, definitely me and my mom, we have little tips, fights about how me and Christian are raising our kid versus how my mom wants to do stuff.
Exactly a lot.
And it's things like her bottle. Like I'll give her a room temperature bottle. My mom's like, "Are you gonna warm this?" No. She just drinks it. My mom's like, "It needs to be boiling hot."
The baby is practically naked. Did you guys see her? She lived like that. She
It's a
always with
onesie.
No, when I was
Africans are weird. It's hot in Africa, yet Africans want to put their babies
With blankets.
in like 3 layers.
And cover
Why?
them. And where put the hands
Literally,
on
the
them.
doctor says the baby feels temperature the way you do.
True,
So
true.
if you only need 1 layer, baby only
True,
needs
true.
1 layer.
I've given you that story of how many times I took you to the hospital because
Yes.
of heat rash, and the doctor would just ask me, how many layers do you have, Paris? And now count for your baby. And my baby has like 7 layers, and I'm only wearing 2, and he's like, she only need 1 more. So basically, our doctors and advisors, our parents.
Yeah.
So whatever my mom
Jeez.
told me, you know.
Whatever outdated
Do you know
thing.
when we were growing up, our parents fed us from their mouth? They would literally chew a banana, chew a banana.
No,
seriously,
stop.
And then feed.
Why?
Yeah, that's how our mom was raised. And then for us, it
I'm
was
literally
boiled
grossed
food.
out.
It's true.
That's so gross, Mom.
So every generation, it's gross, but you say that. But now my mom grew up like that. She's
Yeah.
healthy.
Of course, she's
She's
healthy, but like, wow.
So
That's
do you
crazy.
see every generation? So your generation
I know, different
has
things.
a little bit advantage. Because I see the things now you have, I'm like, oh my God, your
Yeah.
life is much easier than ours was. Raising you was a little bit harder than you raising Charlotte. And I'm sure for
agree.
Charlotte will even be.
Oh yeah, and I think even sometimes it's bad, like a little bit, because every little thing we Google,
Yeah.
and I'll spend like so much time until I feel satisfied.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Now, I like that you guys have the internet.
Yeah.
But let's talk the negative about the internet a little bit. Does that make you feel pressured? Because now there's, you know, it's like information is there and everybody's posting how look at my baby today. Look how my baby is.
But that's me. I'm bad. I'm always posting.
You know,
But it's like information overload.
So-
And especially if you like, I follow some moms whose kids are around Charlotte's age. So I'm like, man, I can't wait for Charlotte to do that.
So is that
I can't
a
wait for
good
her to
thing or
eat.
bad? Do you feel like you're?
It's
See, we
bad.
didn't have that to compare. We didn't
Yeah,
compare
it's just you.
ourselves with anybody. It was just our children and us. But you now, you're comparing yourself with the whole world.
Strangers, even not even just people you know. It's like bad if you don't know how to curb it. If you fall down the sinkhole of like,
So how would you give advice? See, that's why we are doing things like this. So for that
What would you
mother
do?
of your age that is even younger than you, because there's people
oh
who are
totally,
having.
who are really young
So
moms.
what would you tell them when
And
they
dads.
go on the internet and when they see this thing in Instagram, Facebook, you know, YouTube and all that?
How to
How do they?
handle it?
Yeah.
Honestly, turn off your phone. Just turn off your phone. Like, if you start feeling like, oh my God, my kid is not this. Oh, look at that. You just gotta, literally, you have the power to log off of your phone. Like, the other person can't tell you to shut off your phone. You just have to close the app, delete the app, log off, uninstall. Just give yourself a break, because it's okay to scroll and look at those people.
Yeah.
But it's when you do it too much and you feel like too invested.
Yes.
Give yourself a break. No one's gonna miss you. It's okay. The internet will still be there when you go back,
Yeah.
and you can see the updates.
And I'll also add into this, you are you. You cannot
Exactly.
be the other person. And
Everyone's
facts.
progress is different.
Yes, and only few people, very few people that post themselves at their worst.
Oh.
When their baby are screaming and they're
Oh.
tearing their hair and they have not showered the whole day, nobody, most of the time people don't post.
And I'm guilty of this because I always post after the fact.
See?
You'll never see me post like when I'm
She's
frustrated
screaming and-
with Charlotte, she doesn't want to eat. But after, maybe then I'll be like, oh, you know, Charlotte was really fat. But like, never during.
So it's very important for them to know that what you see online, always remember that
Take
is
it with
them
a
at
grain
their
of salt.
best. That person is
Facts.
at their best, not when they're struggling with life, right?
Facts.
So hopefully this will help somebody.
No, I think it was so good. That was great, Mom. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. My Instagram is SanXStyles. Mom,
Paris Pudia.
give this video a like, thumbs up, share it, whatever platform you're on, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching, from our family to yours. This was Model Mothers. We'll see you next episode. Bye.
Oh, I wanna be like you.